your parents well, their children's hell will slowly go by. Don't you ever ask them why. If they told you, you would cry. So just look at them and sigh, and know they love you.
Man may no longer pretend that the quest for disarmament is a sign of weakness. For in a spiraling arms race, a nation's security may be shrinking, even as its arms increase.
John F. Kennedy knew that it took strength and vision to control nuclear weapons. He turned this important idea into action in 1963 by signing the Atmospheric Test Ban Treaty with the Soviets. 4 later presidents signed 15 arms agreements with the Russians. But Ronald Reagan opposed them, proposing always to build more. With 7,000 new nuclear weapons in 4 years, Reagan now plans to take the arms race into space, an irretrievable step, preparing for Star Wars, not knowing where it will lead.
When you keep Star Warring it, I never suggested where the weapon should be or what kind. I'm not a scientist.
Well, that's what a president's supposed to know, where those weapons are going to be. If they're space weapons, I assume they'll be in space.
That's exactly where they'll be. Killer weapons in space, layer upon layer, orbiting, with a response time so short there'll be no time to wake a president. Kennedy's hotline will be obsolete. Computers will take control. The cost, $1 trillion. And Reagan plans to turn over the technology to the Russians. Mondale won't.
I don't believe this administration understands how most Americans feel about arms control. We know that if those bombs go off, that's probably the end. It's over. We're the first generation to have the capacity to destroy all life. And that's why this is not just another problem, it's the problem. I've been involved in every arms control fight over 20 years. I know what I'm doing. I've dealt with the Soviets. I've worked with our friends. I know how to get arms control. We must have that kind of leadership in the White House.
And that's the kind of leadership you'll get with Mondale, an Army man, senator on the National Security Council, vice president. He knows the world for the tough place it is, that we need a growing, strong defense, state-of-the-art conventional weapons on land and sea. He also knows, like Jack Kennedy, that we must deal with the Russians from strength. A steady hand, a savvy negotiator. He's ready to take on the negotiations that will stop weapons in space.
I want your generation and all generations in American history to get the very best. I want you to learn. I want you to challenge yourself. I want you to stretch that mind. I want you to think of new things and dream of new dreams. I want your life to be thrilling, and I want to help you.
The future stands before us. We must choose which kind it will be. A future with killer weapons orbiting above us, or the promise of a better future. It's not too late if we act now.
I say it's time for new leadership. It's time for America to move on.
Draw the line at the heavens on Election Day. No weapons in space by either side. Wherever you live in America, if you want to help the Mondale campaign, call this number right now. 1-800-258-6700. Thank you.